Welcome to the Cleveland Browns Dawgpound Scout podcast. My name is Steve Gill. I'm your host. This podcast is part of the Fanatical L's Network, which is part of the Fans First Sports Network. Victory Monday. I love Victory Mondays. A lot of Browns fans are completely happy. The only ones who are more happy are NFL Browns fans who live in cities with and other NFL teams. So all the Browns fans here in Nashville and the surrounding area, we are ecstatic today because we had to listen to the local sports, radio, TV experts talk about how the Titans were going to beat the Browns all week because they based their predictions on the fact that the Browns looked terrible against the Steelers, which they did. And the Titans finally won a game. They ended their 8-game losing streak. So now, after that, well, of course they're going to keep winning because that's what happens. No, it doesn't. This is the best defense the Titans will face all year, and they got exposed. Their offensive line is horrendous. If you listen to our pregame show, I said it. John Sukan said it. Elliott said it. This would come down to the defense versus the Titans' shambles of an offensive line, which they are. I mean, but right now, the Browns' defense is just incredible. After 3 games, total yards, 163.7 yards allowed. That's first in the NFL. Rushing yards, they've allowed 52. That's first in the NFL. Passing yards, 111.7 per game, first in the NFL. First downs per game, 7, first in the NFL. Third down percentage, 19.51. They're allowing the opposition 19.51% of the time to convert third down. Surprise. First in the NFL. Points allowed, 10.7. First in the NFL. That's a damn good defense. I thought when I wrote my preview article for ClevelandSportsTalk.com, I knew this defense would play extremely well at home against this Titans team. All I said was Deshaun Watson had to be average. He was better than average. You could see his confidence growing with every possession, every series. It also helps that the Titans' pass defense, like I mentioned earlier, second most yards given up in the NFL. They're not the greatest in the secondary, even when they're fully healthy. And they were mostly fully healthy yesterday. But again, expose them for what they were. They shut down the run. They forced Ryan Tannehill out of his comfort zone of play action pass. They pressured him. They made he had an unclean pocket all game. He did get a little something going there near the end of the half. But again, Mike Vrabel screwed up. Local media right now are chastising him, wondering what's going to happen next. I heard one radio celebrity say that Kevin Stefanski outcoached the god of coaching, Mike Vrabel. He looked confused. I mean, the epitome of the Titans-Browns game was the first play of the fourth quarter. You've all seen it on social media. It's a video going out. Miles goes in motion to switch sides from the right to the left. 2 Titan tight ends go with him. He sees it. So then he goes, well, let's see what happens if I go back to the right side of the line. And they follow him back. And, of course, this is taking way too much time. So the Titans have to call timeout. One player affected the entire offense of the other team. Other great players, Maurice Hurst. Oh, man. Just stay healthy, big man. Stay healthy. Alex Wright. Where did he come from? The number 3, number 4 defensive end had a sack and played great. There were a few things that bothered me. Number one was the play calling right from the start. I understand why Kevin Stefanski was pulling out all the trick plays there in the first quarter. And I also understand why he was running east and west simply because you don't have Nick Chubb. Jerome Ford's not going to get Nick Chubb yardage over guard, up the middle. He's just not. So you just run the defense back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Deshaun wasn't perfect. That throw back to the wide I think it was Elijah Moore. That was just take the sack. I mean, don't get fancy. You got a little fancy on that. Also, on defense, my only complaint on defense, when Myles Garrett hit Tannehill as he was throwing the ball, JOK, that's a live ball. That was a scoop and score opportunity, and that would have broken that Titans team right there. That would have did it. That would have done it. We wouldn't have had to wait till the end of the first half when Myles Garrett got on Tannehill before he even had an idea what the heck was going on. Andre Dillard, welcome to the Ragdoll Club, buddy. You just got used and abused during the game. Myles Garrett was trying to give him tips on how to block Myles Garrett, and he was still using and abusing him. So that would be my only complaint. Special teams, hey, we got a kicker. How about that? I still don't understand why they're putting DPJ back there on punts. I tried Pierre Strong on punts. Maybe he's a better kick returner, but there's no kick returns in the NFL anymore. And by the way, Pierre Strong, opening kickoff, take a knee. And he learned that the next time. Next time they kicked off after the field goal, he took a knee. So, and they got the ball on the 25. So, all in all, it's a wonderful Victory Monday, and you other out-of-town fans know what I'm talking about. Like I said earlier, you sit in that the city of another NFL team, and all you hear before they play the Browns is just disrespect. I listened to a few radio stations. Like I said, I watched the news last night. Very few local commentators are giving the credit where the credit is due. I heard one just a little while ago make excuse after excuse after excuse. On that one play that the officials missed by a country mile. Everybody here locally is saying, well, Amari Cooper pushed off. No wonder he was open. No, I don't think so. They're not going to call that. Obviously, the official wasn't paying attention to anything. And in the past, a Browns team, they would have folded up. They would have. Admit it. Something like that happened. The official takes away a certain touchdown, and the team would have just folded. But they didn't. They didn't because of coaching and veteran players. These guys want to win, and they know how to win. So let's take a quick break, and I'll come back and give out my game balls. All right, game ball offense. I'm going Kevin Stefanski. He's proven that on a short week, he's a damn good coach. He got a little nitpicky in the first quarter, but then he settled. Defensive game ball, Myles Garrett. Come on. I think he just put his stamp on Defensive Player of the Year. Well, there's plenty more games to go, and he needs not to disappear like he did against the Steelers. Special teams, our kicker, D-Hop, the right D-Hop. Nailing them. Nailed one into the Dawgpound side of the stadium, which would drive our last kicker crazy. I know the weather was perfect. There was no wind. There was no rain. It was a beautiful day, but still nailing it right down the middle. Plenty of room. Plays of the game. I thought that the little screen pass to Kareem Hunt over the middle was a great little play. By the way, Kareem Hunt, this guy was sitting on his couch 2 weeks ago. He was sitting on his couch for 2 weeks and nobody called him. He looked pretty good. I mean, he's not going to come in and replace Nick Chubb. No, he's not. But he's going to come in and give this team a mental and physical boost when he plays. And he looked good. He wasn't winded. Of course, everyone's heard he's lost 10 pounds. He looks a lot lighter. He looks a lot faster. They'll work him more into the offense as the season goes. I mentioned the Myles Garrett play where he back and forth, made the Titans call timeout. But my play of the game was the one that Myles Garrett did on that sack right before the half. Titans have no timeouts. All Tannehill has to do is throw it to the end zone. He didn't even get his foot planted. Myles Garrett almost got to him before he started his drop back. I mean, that was the play of the game. To take the opportunity for the Titans to double it, get some kind of score, then get the ball back first in the second half, that's it. Game over. I looked at my wife and said, this game's over. And sure enough, Titans come out after the kick and they go 3 and out. By the way, the Browns are forcing their opponent to go 3 and out 61.5 times. 61.5% of the time, the opposition is going to go 3 and out. That's incredible. That's a number that hasn't been around since the 2000 Raven defense. They were that good. They're also allowing a league low 3.3 yards a play. Now, if you're an opposing offense and all you get is a little over 3 yards a play, guess what? You're punting. No turnovers, but I'm kind of looking at this game thinking they don't really have the opportunities for turnover. They're getting to the quarterback so quick, the opposition doesn't have a chance to turn the ball over. I mean, that one live ball, that was a perfect scoop and score opportunity for JOK. I'm sure the coaches are telling him about it. But yeah, all in all, it was a complete victory. All in all, the Titans aren't that good. I've been saying that since before the season started. They think they are. They can rest on their laurels, but let's face facts. They've lost 9 out of their last 8 games. And it's bad news here in Nashville, and I'm happy. By the way, Jim Schwartz, signing him as the defensive coordinator, genius. I mean, did you see that smirk he had on his face near the end of the game? That's what Browns fans, that's what being a Cleveland Brown is all about. You're sitting there knowing that no matter what the offense draws up, tries to do, you're going to stop them. You're going to destroy them. So next week, Baltimore. They lost in overtime to the Colts and Gardner Minshew. Lamar is still Lamar. I think he had over 300 yards of total offense, scored 2 rushing touchdowns. So he's going to be a handful. This is going to be a big test for the Browns. I'll dive more into it in my preview article when I put it out either Friday or Saturday on clevelandsportstalk.com. But they're not quite still offensively. They're not quite there. This is an opportunity. I hear the opening line is Browns by 1.5. Okay. The Baltimore rested a bunch of players. They had a long laundry list of injuries. I guess they just felt that on some of the players, they could rest them against the Colts. Never know in the NFL. I mean, you never know. I mean, look at Dallas. They might have taken the Phoenix Cardinals a little bit, Arizona Cardinals a little bit lightly. And congratulations to Josh Dobbs, former Browns quarterback, got his first NFL victory. Well deserved. So it's on to Baltimore and then the bye week. So take a break after that. But I'll be diving into, like I said, my preview article for clevelandsportstalk.com. Also, after this today, I'll have out my blog on dawgpoundsouth.net. Go a little more in depth, get some player grades, that kind of thing. A lot of people don't like Pro Football Focus. I like their individual player grades. So those will be probably coming out today. Another good news, no really bad penalties. Martin Emerson had a pass interference against him, but, he's going up against DeAndre Hopkins. No injuries. Yay. Hopefully they'll get Greg Newsome back for the Baltimore game because they need a full crew. Browns have always played Lamar Jackson well, especially in Cleveland. So I'm looking forward to this game. This will be a good test before the bye. So enjoy Victory Monday. You out-of-town Browns fans, you know what I'm talking about. This is the best time in the world when the city you live in, NFL team, loses badly to the Cleveland Browns. So everybody, enjoy Victory Monday and go Browns.